Welcome to the last topic for this chapter, and in this video we will be talking about force of interest. Okay, suppose we have a principal of 1 peso, then compounding the interest annually for a year at rate I will give us 1 plus I, and compounding the interest semi-annually for 1 year at rate I squared will give us 1 plus I squared over 2 quantity the second power. And compounding the interest, if we will continue it unto the nth number of times per year, for 1 year at rate I to the nth power will give us 1 plus I to the n over n quantity to the n power. And taking the limit as n approaches to infinity of compounding n times per year, we get continuous compounding. Hindi ko na papakita sa inyo yung kung paano yung dinerive sa limits. Ayoko na kayong pahirapan pa. We call the rate I raised by the infinity as the force of interest denoted by the Greek letter delta. And we define the force of interest as a nominal interest rate or a discount rate compounded infinite number of times or continuously per time period. Okay, sabi doon the force of interest is a compound. You are compounding the rate or the nominal interest rate or the discounted rate at an infinite number of times per time period. And then so we can understand that, let's have an example. Calculate the force of interest when 10% per annum is the annual effective rate. So the given, you know that we have the rate is 10%. It's equivalent to 0.01, and since hindi in-indicate dyan yung conversion period, we know that t is equal to 1. And at the side to that, it is mentioned here that the effective rate, annual effective rate, we know that m is equal to 1 here. So therefore, t is equal to 1 as well. Okay, so we can say as well, m here is 1. Okay, edit ko na lang to. And then we have here I is equal to 0.1 all over 1, which is R all over M, which is 0.1. And what is unknown is delta, which is the force of interest. Okay, so our formula is delta is equal to the natural logarithm of 1 plus I times 100%, because we are talking about the interest. So plugging in everything, okay, therefore the force of interest is 9.53% per annum. Napakabigat niya, no? So every year yan ang magiging interest mo. Kung 5 years, yan ang magiging interest mo for that particular year. Napakabigat, no? Okay, kung may utang ka, masyado mabigat yan. So that is actually the force of interest. So paulit-ulit lang na incur ng interest. We call it the force of interest. What does 9.53% per annum means? It means that any amount or an amount will accumulate to the same value at a rate of interest of 10% per annum and at a force of interest of 9.53% per annum. So, say for example, you have an amount of 50,000 pesos, okay, invested for 1 year, and with a rate of 10%, it will just be the same if you will invest it with a force of interest of 9.53% per annum if you will invest it in 1 year or in 5 years, in 10 years, ganon. Ganon din dun sa rate which is 10%. That's the idea there. Okay? So this ends our discussion for chapter 1, the measures of interest. I will see you in the next chapter. Goodbye and God bless you all.